everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 18th of December 2024 and unfortunately guys, the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market has marginally gone down, but the reasoning is pretty simple guys. Today the FOMC meeting is scheduled to take place and there is a very high chance that Federal Chair Jerome Powell most likely will keep the interest rate, and because of that guys, a lot of notorious traders in whales, they are trying to manipulate the market and they want to give an impression that the prices are going down, so average people will go ahead and start panicking. And what will happen guys is, after the FOMC meeting announcement, these whales and notorious traders, they will go ahead and buy a lot more Bitcoin. That is what my explanation is, to be completely honest. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, Federal Chair Jerome Powell tends to go live via YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and catch him live, because what he does is, not only does he give his reasoning as to why he's gone ahead and reduced the interest rate, or kept the interest rate the same, or even increased the interest rate, he also has a question and answer session, and in that session guys, he does give indication as to what the future interest rates could be. So these factors guys, directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and I've been saying this often, isn't it? A lot of notorious whales and traders, they look at this information and they also look at information that Jerome Powell looks into, and accordingly guys, they go ahead and try to manipulate the market. So look guys, we need to be one step ahead of these guys, and the best thing what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell does actually go live via YouTube, so make sure you go ahead and watch him live. Now what I'll do guys, in tomorrow's episode, that is the 19th of December, I'll definitely go ahead and look at the FOMC meeting, so definitely stay tuned to that. Now in today's episode guys, we do have some really interesting metrics, and the first one has to do with Bitcoin and gold ratio, and there is a really interesting report that actually talks about that Bitcoin has reached a new all-time high, and this is in relation to the relative value of gold, and the number associated is 37.3. So I'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. And Sidney Powell, the CEO of Maple Finance, notes that the rise in ratio reflects Bitcoin's growth adoption. Now contradicting to this guys, Peter Schiff has put out a statement that Bitcoin is turning out to be one of the biggest scams, so we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on his thoughts regarding this as well. Now from Europe guys, we do have a really interesting update, and Tether USDT, which is one of the leading stablecoin issuers, they have been delisted by a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges since the last few months, but they are making a really interesting move, and they are investing in a MiCA compliant stablecoin that is Stable LR. So what I'll do guys, I'll go ahead and explain what this particular project is, because so far Stable LR is concerned, the ticker symbol is EURR, and it is a Euro-backed stablecoin that provides global accessibility, and they do that through Ethereum network. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now this also begs this question guys, why is Tether not trying to be compliant? This is a massive red flag according to me. But nonetheless guys, that is a completely different topic altogether. Now regarding UK guys, we do have some really interesting update, and looks like they're definitely not fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and they have actually put out an announcement, and they're actually proposing stricter crypto rules. So I'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. Now look guys, so far as regulations are concerned, they're definitely great as long as they protect investors, as long as they have an equal playing field in the market, and more importantly, regulators' job is to protect average individuals like you and me, and it is so important that regulation should not be stifling innovation. Now regarding this news, the Financial Conduct Authority is still seeking feedback, and if you do have any points or suggestions guys, you do have until the 14th of March 2025 to put in your suggestions. So rather than complaining about it, you may as well go ahead and put forward your suggestion, and in the show notes below guys, there is an official link where you can go ahead and do that. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys, after a very long time, is connected to Metaverse, and DMCC, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Crypto Center, they have launched a Metaverse, and looks like they want to drive Web3 engagement. Now look guys, regarding Metaverse, the only feedback I have to say is, just switching existing systems onto Metaverse will not cut it. The user experience in Metaverse has to be 10 times better than what you're currently experiencing, or people are just not going to switch. That is my honest thought. But regarding this news, I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information. Now the next news is connected to artificial intelligence, and it is no surprise that this is from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Halo AI. They have launched services in Saudi Arabia, so I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, unfortunately, guys, since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market is down by 2.66%. But if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, that is looking good. And it is staying strong at $206.85 billion. So look, guys, this is how you need to look at information. You need to look at the 24-hour trading volume. Then you need to compare it with the volume of stablecoins and decentralized exchanges. And thankfully, since the last 24 hours, guys, the volume of stable coins as well as decentralized exchanges looking good, which just means one thing, guys. People are not selling their Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Rather, what they're doing is they are just parking them onto stable coins, and this gives an indication, guys, that after the FOMC announcement, these stable coins will be converted back into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And with the weekend coming up, I definitely am anticipating that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up. But look, guys, whatever I'm saying is not financial advice, and make sure you go and do your own research. Now, regarding the global cryptocurrency market, guys, it is still extremely strong at $3.64 trillion. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the total cryptocurrency market is at $206.85 billion. But what is really interesting is, since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.31%. And that, as I mentioned earlier, guys, is kind of positive because a lot of momentum is actually taking place in stablecoins. Now, if you look at the volume of decentralized finance, today it is at $13.37 billion. But unfortunately, guys, decentralized finance is accounting for only 6.46% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And if you look at the total value locked, it has actually gone down, and today it is down to $136.37 billion. Now, if you look at decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, ever since President Donald Trump is re-elected, the numbers are definitely looking great. And today it is at 36.35%. But look, guys, if you actually compare this percentage with the volume of stable coins, ideally speaking, this number should be around the 60% mark. Now, hopefully, guys, in a decade's time or so, we might be in a position where decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is actually consistent about the 40% mark. And hopefully by that time, guys, decentralized finance does account for a higher percentage. Now, there is a very high possibility that might never happen as well, because when you talk about stable coins, a lot of partnerships and a lot of news is actually surrounding stable coins, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see what the next coming decade is. Now, let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, because Uniswap's volume is definitely looking good, and today it is at $3.41 billion. Radium, guys, is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $2.68 billion. PancakeSwap, guys, is back to number 3rd, and today its volume is at $2.31 billion. Orca is at number 4th, and its volume is $1.26 billion. And at number 4th is Aerodrome, and its 24-hour volume is $1.06 billion. Now, regarding Radium, guys, since the last week or so, the 24-hour volume has been on a downtrend, and that is because of Pump.Fun. Now, because the volume has pumped up since the last 24 hours, I would really urge you guys to go ahead and check what is going on in the world of Pump.Fun. Because look, so far as the volume of decentralized exchange is concerned regarding Solana blockchain, majority of the volume is actually driven by Pump.Fun. And personally speaking, guys, Pump.Fun is kind of one of those things that is actually putting a bad name not just for Solana but for the broader cryptocurrency world, to be completely honest. Now, let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding Pump.Fun? And roughly around 2 weeks ago, guys, I did actually talk about FCA, that is Financial Conduct Authority. They did actually give a really stark warning regarding Pump.Fun. And in today's episode, we'll definitely go and discuss some of the new rules regarding cryptocurrencies. Now, regarding stablecoins, guys, the volume is definitely looking good. And today it is at $190.5 billion. And stablecoins as of today is accounting for 90.09% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $190.5 billion, guys, Tether USDT is accounting for a majority of the chunk, and its 24-hour volume is $170.22 billion, followed by Circle USDC, and its volume is $11.19 billion, and FDUSD is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $8.37 billion. Now, let me quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, because of the FOMC meeting, the market cap as well as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have gone down, and Bitcoin's market cap is down to $2.06 trillion. And along with that, guys, Ethereum's market cap has gone down as well, and it is down to $4.62 billion. Now, the 24-hour trading volume in comparison to yesterday has marginally pumped up, and today for Bitcoin it is at $78.44 billion, and for Ethereum, guys, the 24-hour trading volume is $37.55 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, because of a lot of activity going on in altcoins, the dominance has actually gone down in comparison to the previous months, and today it is at 56.64%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has also gone down, and today it is at 12.70%. Now what I want to do next, guys, is because I'm going to be discussing one news regarding Metaverse from Dubai, I thought let me go ahead and take a deep dive into the market cap of Metaverse and gaming protocols. Now unfortunately, guys, these numbers are absolutely horrendous, considering the fact that most of these metrics were pretty much the same almost a year ago, even when the price of Bitcoin was around the $20,000 to $30,000 mark. And right now, guys, if you look at Immutable X, the market cap is at $2.82 billion, Gala is at number 2nd, and its market cap is $1.82 billion. Sandbox or Sand is at $1.60 billion. Now regarding Metaverse, I cannot stress enough, guys, just switching current existing systems onto Metaverse will not cut it. In the Metaverse, the user experience has to be 10 times better than what we are currently experiencing. And in Metaverse, guys, the user experience has to go and touch all the 5 senses. Now, unfortunately, in Sandbox or in Decentraland, I would actually say that the user experience is so bad, it is actually going back to 1980s or 1990s, to be honest. And that, to be honest, is a complete recipe for disaster in my opinion. Now, regarding the market cap of Sandbox, today it is at $1.60 billion. Beam is at number 4th. Its market cap is at $1.58 billion, and Axie Infinity is at number 5th, and its market cap is at $1.09 billion. Now, surprisingly but not shockingly, Decentraland is not in the top 5, and if you look at its market cap, it is only at $1.11 billion. Now, there was a lot of anticipation, guys, that Decentraland will be the future of Metaverse, and there were a lot of reports when the whole Metaverse hype kicked in that Decentraland's market cap might even overtake the market cap of Ethereum. Now, unfortunately, guys, none of these predictions turn out to be true. Now, so far as Metaverse is concerned, I very strongly feel that it would be better to work on a centralized system. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding Metaverse. And in the past, guys, every Fridays I used to release a series called as Metaverse Everything. But because the hype regarding Metaverse has died down, I pretty much have stopped talking about Metaverse. Now, guys, let's go and discuss the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Now, the price of Bitcoin has gone down, and right now it is at $103,940. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.81%. But since the last 7 days, it is up by 6.62%. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, at around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will actually go live, and he'll make an announcement regarding the interest rate. And based on my experience, guys, 3 to 4 hours after the announcement, that is when the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies tend to change. And I'll definitely go ahead and talk about this in my episode that I'll release tomorrow, that is the 19th of December. Now, if you look at the price of Ethereum, yesterday it did actually cross the $4,000 mark, isn't it? Today it is down to $3,836. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 4.36%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 4.71%. XRP or Ripple, surprisingly, is exactly the same. Yesterday, it was around the $2.50 mark. Today, it is at $2.51. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.86%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 7.71%. Now, look at the FOMC meeting directly and indirectly impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, hopefully, guys, in a decade's time or so, we might be in a position where Bitcoin completely has separation of money and the state, and political things, or even the interest rate things, they directly or indirectly will not have any impact regarding the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, from a political point of view, guys, because President Donald Trump is re-elected, he has decided to launch a new department called as Doge, which is spearheaded by Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, and one of their role, guys, is to possibly go ahead and completely eliminate the Federal Reserve Board. And if that thing happens, guys, things such as this will not have any direct or indirect influence on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now look, guys, I was under the impression that the Federal Reserve Board is a legitimate organization and they definitely go and do the right thing. But after finding out that Federal Reserve Board is the reason why we had World War I and World War III, I definitely want to see a lot of these entities to be completely eliminated. Now, will this thing happen or really? I'm not sure. But with President Donald Trump getting re-elected and with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, there is a very high possibility, guys, that the entire Federal Reserve Board might completely cease to exist, and that at a long-term horizon will definitely be great, not just for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, not just for stock market and the finance world, but also for geopolitical peace, to be honest. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to YouTube and try to look at why Federal Reserve Board is definitely not an ideal thing and what are the benefits of completely eliminating it. Now, will this thing happen? Only time will tell. But look, regarding President Donald Trump, guys, all the promises have been kept And with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy spearheading the Doge department, I'm definitely anticipating the end of Federal Reserve Board, but only time will tell, I guess. Now guys, let's go and discuss Bitcoin to gold ratio. And Bitcoin guys has reached a new all-time high relative to gold, with Bitcoin to gold ratio hitting 37.3. Now regarding this number, what it means is that one Bitcoin can now be purchased with approximately 37 ounces of gold, which is a new historic peak, and this has actually surpassed the previous high of 36.7 in November of 2021. And this was during the bull run back in 2021. Now this increase in the Bitcoin to gold ratio signals a potential shift in the store of value preferences as Bitcoin continues to gain traction among institutional investors. Now Peter Schiff guys unfortunately is not happy about it, and if you actually go through his tweets guys, he's saying that Bitcoin is turning out to be one of the biggest scams of all time, and he's actually advocating Joe Biden to go and sell the existing Bitcoin that they have. This is such a nasty move by him. Now Joe Biden most likely will not do that because he wants to go and put the economy in complete chaos before handing it over to President Donald Trump. Now it's going to be really interesting to see guys once President Donald Trump gets re-elected. Now from a political point of view guys, he's kind of like a Republican to be completely honest, so I'm pretty much sure he's more content with President Donald Trump getting re-elected. Now regarding the Bitcoin to gold ratio guys, it is calculated by dividing Bitcoin price by the current spot prices of gold, and it serves as a key indicator of how investor preferences are shifting between these two assets. Now look guys, while Bitcoin has historically been seen as a speculative asset, it is extremely volatile as well, but it's so important when you talk about the limited supply of Bitcoin. It is capped at 21 million coins only, and because of the programmable scarcity, and because of the halving event, it does make it an appealing store of value in the long term. But look guys, historically speaking, gold has turned out to be a safe haven, and gold has a much longer track record, so it's going to be really interesting to see guys if Peter Schiff does actually go and change his opinion regarding Bitcoin. Me personally, I'm definitely not too confident he will do that. Now regarding gold guys, the only thing I can say that gold continues to be mined and does have a long track record with its own status of traditional safe haven asset. However guys, it's really important to note that gold continues to outperform Bitcoin in terms of stability, with gold maintaining low volatility of around 20% annually, and it has a historical track record of over 3,500 years. Now so far as Bitcoin is concerned, there is extreme volatility, and when you talk about volatility in terms of percentage, it is staggering at around 50%. But look guys, that thing being said, Bitcoin definitely offers better returns, and this makes it more attractive to investors who are willing to take high risk. And as of November 2024 guys, if we talk about Bitcoin ETFs, they have accumulated a staggering $111 billion in assets, which is still less than half of $290 billion held in gold-backed ETFs, and this matrix guys is via World Gold Council. Now it's so important to understand guys that despite Bitcoin's increasing institutional adoption and growing recognition as a store of value, traders still tend to offer gold during periods of market uncertainty, where Bitcoin's price swings and correlations with traditional markets may make it less reliable in terms of short term. Now regarding US guys, right now there's a lot of drama going on regarding drone, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see if the drama regarding drones actually pick up pace, and if that thing happens guys, it is definitely going to create uncertainty, and at that point of time guys, I hate saying it, but looks like the price of gold will actually pump up, cause look, historically speaking guys, in terms of uncertainty such as COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine conflict, the prices of Bitcoin has actually gone down, so definitely keep an eye on the drama regarding drone sightings in the United States of America. Now guys, let me go ahead and touch base on really interesting news regarding the CEO of Crypto.com, and Chris Marsalek guys. He did actually post via Twitter that he did actually meet with President Donald Trump, and this was at his home in Mar-a-Lago, and people are anticipating that he's discussing policies potentially affecting the cryptocurrency industry. Now regarding this meeting guys, what is really interesting to note that the meeting did actually take place the same day Crypto.com dropped its lawsuit against US Security and Exchange Commission, and on December 16 filing in US District Court of Eastern District of Texas, Crypto.com voluntarily dismissed a suit against the SEC, because few months ago guys, SEC did actually serve them Wells notice. Now with the new administration in charge, and with Gary Gensler putting down his resignation, things might be looking good not just for Crypto.com but for other entities as well. Now I'm really curious to check guys, who has President Donald Trump elected as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency advisory role. Me personally guys, I wouldn't be surprised if it is David Bailey, or the CEO of Coinbase, that is Brian Armstrong. Let me know guys if you do have any other names. It definitely will not be Michael Saylor in my opinion. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting move by Tether. And Tether, as we know, is the largest issuer of stablecoin, that is USDT. And they have surprisingly invested in a stablecoin that is StableLR, which is a MiCA compliant stablecoin issuer. And StableLR, guys, is a European stablecoin provider, and they want to support stablecoin adoption in the region. Now regarding StableLR, guys, the website is stablelr.com, and as I mentioned earlier, it is a Euro-backed stablecoin that provides global accessibility through Ethereum network, and it is claiming to be 100% backed by cash and cash equivalents, and that's how they ensure stability and reliability. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, just go to the website that is stablelr.com, and they have a white paper as well. Now what I'll try to do is, guys, I'll try to release a standalone episode using artificial intelligence, so we'll get more information regarding what StableLR is. But look, this investment by Tether USDT highlights Tether's commitment to the European market, especially with the European Union's MiCA framework coming into effect on December 30th, which by the way enforces stringent compliance standards for stablecoin issuers. And regarding the stablecoin that is StableLR, they offer fully regulated stablecoins, that is EURR and USDR, and there are plans to use Tether's new tokenization platform as well, and the platform is called as Hadron, and looks like they want to enhance liquidity management and reduce transaction cost. Now StableLR stablecoin, guys, are compliant with European regulations, and it is backed by Malta's Financial Service Authority's Electronic Monetary Institutions license, and they are available on ERC20, that is Ethereum network, and also on Solana compatible tokens. Now look, guys, Tether's investment at the launch of Hadron aims to improve accessibility, transparency and interoperability in the European stablecoin market, and this further positions StableLR at the forefront of the growing sector, isn't it? But look, guys, I have a red flag. Why is Tether not trying to be compliant in Europe? And the answer to this is pretty simple, guys. They could potentially be the biggest black swan event in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, and historically I've always said this, guys, that the biggest black swan event in the cryptocurrency, blockchain and even finance space could potentially be Tether. And if you actually go to the audit report, guys, they don't even have an audit report as such. They only have an attestation report of the audit report. Now look, you also need to think, guys, Tether has a market cap of over $130 billion. So for them to be market compliant, it technically on paper should be extremely easy. And look, as regarding regulations, you need to understand that stablecoin issuers are literally replacing the role of a bank. So according to me, having regulations for stablecoin issuers is definitely a must. And based on my understanding, guys, I wouldn't be surprised over the next 3 to 5 years, the volume of Circle USDC gradually overtakes the volume of Tether USDT. Now there is a very high possibility that Tether might actually focus on South Asian countries, probably in the Middle East as well. And if that thing happens, maybe Tether USDT still is the king of stablecoins. But look, guys, me personally, I'm definitely not a fan of Tether, to be completely honest. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some interesting news by the Financial Conduct Authority in UK, and the FCA is currently seeking feedback on its platform to improve the transparency and the integrity of the UK's crypto markets, and they had done that through a paper that was released, and the paper is called as DP244. And the Financial Service Authority, guys, they propose stronger control for crypto firms, including requirements for disclosure and market abuse regimes to reduce fraud and improve decision making. And this particular paper, guys, encourages industry input to develop clear, effective disclosure methods and ensure people understand the risk of crypto investments. And the Financial Conduct Authority aims to create a fair and balanced crypto regulatory framework, and they are actually inviting feedback from the public, and this can be done until the 14th of March 2025. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, rather than crying about it, if you do have any feedback, you may as well give it to them, and the link to that is in the show notes below. Now look, guys, it's so important to understand that while regulations evolve, crypto remains largely unregulated and high risk in the United Kingdom. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, after the MiCA regulation and after UK stands on cryptocurrencies, what kind of an impact will it have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So these were the newscasts from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from blockchain DXB. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, and this might be the second or third time in 2024, guys, where I'm discussing a news connected to Metaverse. And the news essentially is that DMCC, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, they launched the Crypto Center Metaverse on the 17th of December 2024. The DMCC, as we know, is a major international business district, and they are aggressively driving global trade to Dubai. Now this platform, guys, was developed in collaboration with Infinite Reality, and it features interactive gamified zones for user engagement, and users can connect directly with DMCC Crypto Center team, and they have a dedicated clinic as well that provides support for banking, compliance and insurance as well. But look guys, I really am curious to understand where does Metaverse kick into this, but nonetheless guys, Bilal Jassama, DMCC's Director of Ecosystem, has highlighted the strategic significance of the launch, and regarding global Metaverse guys, the market is projected to exceed $3.1 trillion by 2030, and this is under moderate growth scenarios. Now regarding this platform, they merge blockchain and artificial intelligence, and they aim to showcase real-world use case for advanced technologies. Now this particular initiative guys reinforces Dubai's position as a global hub for innovation, and this particular launch supports Dubai's goal of becoming one of the top 10 global metaverse economies, and Dubai also aims to be the center hub for immersive as well as next generation technologies, and this particular plan sets the stage for scaling up metaverse as an open interoperable space, and this particular project benefits multiple industries by integrating emerging technologies, and the DMCC's Crypto Center Digital Twin guys exemplifies metaverse driven transformation, and this particular launch aligns with Dubai Metaverse strategy for economic growth and technological advancement. And look guys, Dubai's ambition is to lead in the metaverse economy ranking, and they want to be a really integral player in the metaverse space. Now regarding this platform guys, they also bridge AI and blockchain technology, and they want to drive global Web3 and innovation forward. Now in my personal opinion guys, I do think whatever they are doing is a recipe for disaster, cause look, just replicating current existing systems on the metaverse will not cut it. The user experience has to be 10 times better. So what I'm going to be doing guys over the weekend, I would definitely like to go out and try some of these services, and hopefully in one of the episodes next week, I'll go out and give out my honest opinion. But that thing being said guys, I would wish this particular project nothing but the best. Now guys, let's go out and discuss some news all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this is to do with artificial intelligence. And hello guys, they have launched services in Saudi Arabia, so let me go ahead and break down this news. Cause Halo AI is an AI-powered networking platform in Saudi Arabia, and they have officially launched services, and they want to revolutionize brand creator allocation. And Halo AI guys, they actually connect brands with nano and micro influencers who have a niche, authentic audience relationship, and they utilize AI to drive high engagement rates for brands, improving returns on ad spend. And this particular project guys was actually founded in 2024, and it was founded by Vito Strokau along with Rami Said and Alex Catalan as well. And the founders guys have extensive experience in leading tech companies like Meta, Snapchat as well as Amazon. And Hello AI helps brands scale influencer marketing by leveraging influencer of nano and micro creators. And this particular platform saw outstanding results during its soft launch in Saudi Arabia. And Hello AI, they plan to expand its services in UAE and Kuwait next as well. And this particular platform guys caters to the evolving need for the creator economy in the GCC region, and one of the founders emphasized the power of micro creators and their significant impact on brand marketing, and over 80% of micro creators' income do actually come from brand collaboration. And micro creators guys spend 90% of the time searching for reliable brand deals, and Hello AI, they significantly reduce manual workflows, cutting down brief to live time to just 15 minutes. And this particular platform guys uses AI to match brands with creators whose values align with their audience, and Hello AI's AI capabilities outperform traditional brand creator methods by 4x. And Hello AI, they aim to transform brand creator collaboration in the MENA region, making them more efficient and impactful. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys if they do actually want to collaborate with blockchain DXB, but definitely really interesting and positive news. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world from blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, there's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Jay who asks, what are the implications of $190.5 billion trading volume in stable coins? Given the dominance is 92.09% of the total cryptocurrency market volume, this, to be honest, Jay, is such a really important and basic question. Now, when the volume of stablecoin is increasing, and let's say, Jay, if the price is actually going down, this just means one thing, that people are not selling the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Rather, Jay, what they're doing is they're parking them onto stable coins. And if you look at it, stable coins are kind of like a safe haven when the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile. So keeping that thing in mind, let's say if the volume of stable coins is about the $80 billion mark, to be honest, I definitely am liking these metrics. What that essentially means, that people are not selling the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies on converting them into fiat coins. Rather, they're just putting it into stable coins. And this could be because of news that is surrounding at a macro level or even micro level. Now today there is the FOMC meeting scheduled to take place, and I'm pretty much sure a lot of notorious whales and traders, they want to go ahead and dump down the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So what they are doing is, they are converting a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies onto stable coins, and they actually do want to go ahead and pull down the price of Bitcoin. And what they will do is, once people are panicking and selling the Bitcoins, they will gradually go ahead and buy a lot of the Bitcoin, probably using the fiat currencies, and then when the prices are pumped up, they might just convert the stable coins and buy more Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That is my honest thought, and historically that is how the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world works. But look, let's say if the volume of stable coins is low, and if the price is actually going down, that is actually worrisome, because that means that people are converting them into fiat currencies, and that is definitely not ideal. But since the last 2 months, that is not what we are seeing right now. So to answer your questions, what is the implication that the stablecoin volume is $190 billion? I definitely am looking at it as a positive sign, because there is a very high possibility after the FOMC announcement, a lot of the stablecoin volume will be converted to buy a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And with the weekend coming up, and with Christmas coming up, people tend to get a lot of incentives, they get a lot of bonuses, and there is a very high possibility that the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up. But look, Jay, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice, and make sure you go and do your own research. And historically, I've always said this, not only my price prediction, but everyone's price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time. So very basic but a really important question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.